Hello, I'm Corrine. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing a reading tonight for someone that wants to know, will she connect with her ex? They kind of got back together. Is there any kind of future for them? Why are they connecting? Just kind of what's going on there. And so let's find out. Okay, I had a whole lot of personal readings to do because my computer went down, so I haven't got any of my fun readings for you guys that aren't personal, so I will get those all done tomorrow now that I'm caught up on these. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to address her from this point on. All right, right now in your life you have, it's an Ace of Swords. This is a new beginning, new thoughts, just new way of seeing things. Just feel like you're just kind of seeing things clearly for maybe not for the first time, but for the first time in a while kind of thing. Just seeing through things. But you, like this, we're talking about the relationship. Maybe it was really hard in the past, or it felt like a lot of hard work, or your relationships, maybe not the one now, but something was just really hard and you feel like you carried all the burden and you just kind of persevered and just chugged along, but it was just really hard and it's been a lot of stress kind of feeling for you. But recently, in your just recent past, you've been getting some messages. These are Eight of Wands. This is about messages from a loved one or a friend or someone that you haven't talked to in a while, but messages that make you happy and that you want to engage in them. And usually they're not in person, but I would say like text, email, maybe Snapchat, Instagram, that kind of thing, whatever you do. Probably not Instagram, but whatever. This is just usually some sort of social media or even emails or like could be phone calls, but not face to face normally. Okay, and then you're feeling like you want to just kind of come out of some kind of like were you in a hermit mode or just kind of disconnecting and not ready to engage kind of mode. And but that's the Hanged Man, and that's when you want to go ahead and just like separate yourself from the world and disengage and just kind of go within and let the world pass you by for a while. But you're this way now, so this is meaning you're ready to kind of come out of that. So whatever maybe that you went through in the past that was really hard on you or something, and maybe you just like kind of been standoffish or not trusting or just kind of not really wanting to engage in relationships or something for a while, but you're coming out of that and you want to go forward. And coming up here you have the Ten of Pentacles, which I love this card because this is like, to me, this is a great relationship. You just, everything you need, you feel secure. You have the nice home, the nice relationship, the dogs, I believe, yeah, there's a child. I'm like, I thought there was a kid somewhere, the baby like hanging to her in the background. But this guy right here, I always think of him as like the elders, like your guides, your elders, your people that have maybe passed away that are your family, that they're up above watching over you, those kind of energy I get from that. So I feel like it's always a blessed union. And so you have that coming up, something really good. It's kind of exciting for you. And then, so I thought I'm going to do this video a little faster. They're taking too long and they're uploading so slowly. So what I'm going to break it up and I'm going to do them like a little more than 10 minutes at a time. Don't want to really go past that. So I'm going to break them up and then I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do your career and then we're going to ask some questions for some timelines and stuff. So in this one, we're doing love. So right now I want to know what are your hopes? And so these are your hopes. This is Judgment. And this goes right along with the Ace of Swords. This is about being able to just see things clearly when all of a sudden like the blindfold's taken off and it's like, aha, I don't know why I didn't see it like that before. And you just want to make sure that you are seeing things clearly and you don't want to feel disillusioned or any kind of thing. You want to know that what you're thinking and feeling is true and real and it's not just in your mind or your imagination and that it's not true. And then his hopes are the Page of Wands. And so this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's a lot of that kind of fire energy. I don't know his sign. I don't recall. And then you did, I don't even think you told me your sign. Yeah, I don't have your sign, but that's okay. So anyways, I just don't know. But anyway, so the Page of Wands, this is about someone who is offering, and it's pages that come with messages, and this is just a new message for you, which is just kind of like your Eight of Cups, new messages coming in, and someone that's really excited to communicate with you or communicate about you to others, or just make an offer for you of love, or whatever, some kind of message. This is a love reading, so I'm assuming it's a message of love. So he's feeling about you that way, that he wants to, go forward and offer you messages, or maybe that you're offering him messages of love. But he doesn't. I mean, I'm sure he's happy with that. Let's see. So what are his fears and what are your fears? Your fears are the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is having to kind of walk away from something that meant something a lot to you at one point, and you have to walk away from it, and it just no longer serves you and makes you feel content or happy. And so reluctantly you kind of just are walking away, and you're looking for something more fulfilling. So that would be your fears. Your fears are that maybe you'll put all your all and effort into it, and it won't end up lasting or fulfilling you in the end. And then what are his fears? Voila. I'm going to put this here so I don't get that. Okay. His fears are the Ten of Wands. So look at the Ten of Wands was your past where something was hard. And so maybe his fears are the same thing, that you guys will repeat a different cycle that was hard. Maybe you guys argue. Maybe that's what was hard, is like getting over the whole situation in the past, and you felt like you carried a huge burden, and maybe he feels the same. So either way, he doesn't either want to make you feel that way again, or he doesn't want you guys to be in the same place again that you were in before, kind of thing. But that's just a fear. I always say fears are just, they're not real. Okay, so then I wanted to know, how does he see you and how do you see him? And then you see him. Is he a Virgo possibly? I don't know. You see him as the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is all about new starts, new beginnings. Someone's offering you a gift of just a new way, a new opportunity, something along that line. So you see him, maybe he's secure and has a good job that makes you feel secure or something like that, and you see him that he could offer you a new start and a new life, a new lease on life. Not like you want to go and have him support you kind of thing. I don't mean that. I'm just saying that you just see him as that way, that someone that could offer you a nice life. And then you also see him as the Hermit, because two cards came out. And the Hermit is the Virgo card, but it also is just mainly about someone that's been internalizing things quite a bit, going within, kind of separate themselves from the world, a lot like the Hanged Man that you had going on right up there, that's right now that you're coming out of. So maybe you see him as, maybe he doesn't communicate quite as often as you would like right now, or you just feel like he doesn't quite share everything. He's just a little bit, just kind of reserved or something maybe. And then let's see how he sees you. Oh, nice. He sees you as the Ace of Wands. So there's a lot of aces going on here, right? Or is that just two? Yeah. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. That's excellent. So he sees you. I don't know if you're a fire sign, maybe Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or it's just the way he sees you. But he sees you as someone that's offering a passionate new beginning, and he is attracted to you very strongly. He thinks you're someone that... the Ace of Wands is kind of hot, passion, kind of fiery energy towards another too. And so he definitely is feeling you. So that's good. Then I want to know, what's your guys' advice? So I pulled one from each deck. It's not a his and hers kind of advice. The Five of Swords. Let's see why. Oh, the Knight of... Oh, there's three. I didn't see that. Oh, you got three cards. Okay, so you have the Five of Swords. So first off, your advice is kind of just to walk away from what doesn't serve you anymore. And see, this guy, he kind of... You might have some battles actually with people, like for you guys to get together or something. You might have other people who are resisting or telling you don't go forward or something like that. I'm not really sure, but... this is like kind of fighting off something or someone. So, and this is your advice. So maybe it's just to stand firm. And if you really stand firm for what you believe in this and don't lose yourself in this relationship, or if you have to stand up to others because you want it, you have to just maybe just stand your ground a bit. And like this guy, he kind of fought them off and they're leaving and they're kind of just like, screw you, buddy. But it is what it is. So maybe you're going to have a dispute with friends or family about it. Take a drink of my tea. Excuse me. And then we have the Two of Wands. So that's you needing to make a choice. You're not making a choice yet completely. This is also like Aries energy right there. Aries, Leo, Sag, but mostly Aries. Look at the red and stuff. But what it's about is just this guy knows he needs to make a choice, and he has a hand on one of the wands, so he's ready to make the choice. He just hasn't yet. And see, this one wand, he's going to leave one behind, take one, and then you're going to be back to Ace of Wands there. So that's a new, fiery, passionate beginning. So your advice is to kind of stand your ground and make a choice and stick with it, and don't really feel like you need to worry what others feel or think about your choice. Excuse me, something's tickling my throat. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So that's your advice too, is to go ahead and go forward. He doesn't, he lets his heart rule his head instead of the head rule his heart. So maybe they want you to use your head a little bit, but your advice is to go forward and go for it and listen to your heart and follow your heart. And that's good. That's a great advice card. You don't always get the Knight of Wands as advice. Usually he's like, whoa, don't be the Knight of Wands. But this one's telling you, go forward, run in and go for it. So what is going to be the final outcome for your guys' relationship? We have the Six of Swords, which is about going forward and kind of leaving all, like maybe they're still worried and concerns, but they're going to just take those concerns and go forward. They'll work them out later. They just know somehow it's going to go. And it's about someone who's like a distance from you possibly. And you're going to go forward with them and move on. They're going to come get you, or you're going to go to them and you're going to try and make it work. And what happens? The Sun. This is a Leo card. This is also about just utter joy, bliss, complete contentment, everything you wanted. So I mean, there's nothing better than the sun in the universe to me, and the sun's ruled by no one. Nobody controls the sun, so you won't be controlled. You'll just have a nice, like, you're going to go forward and be completely happy. So I pulled a few cards for my reader spread. I flip them this way because I always flip them around, and I pick them up, move them again. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups. That's been showing up a lot in readings. This is about just leaving, once again, things behind you that didn't serve you and moving forward to go forward for something else. And you may be slightly sad about the choice or kind of reluctant and feeling kind of like a remorseful kind of feeling, but at the same time, it's something you want to do and it's something you want to go forward and you're going to do it. And you're pursuing your dreams. And this is Aries energy too, a little bit. I mean, it's water, so it's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, but this coat, there's a lot of I would be curious what the signs are for you guys, but anyways, so it's someone going forward in the pursuit of love. And if you see the moon, he's full and he's illuminating the path for him, but at the same time he's sad, the moon is, so he's kind of, he knows that it's a new changing journey and there's kind of no turning back on some things. Then you also have the King of Swords, who's been coming up a lot also too, and he's about clarity and seeing things just for what they really are and not really BSing or saying anything that isn't true and just moving forward. So but it's about the clarity, I think, for you and just knowing what is the truth. You also have the Knight of Cups, and he's about going forward and offering a love offer to someone, a new love. Doesn't mean have to be a completely new person, but it's a new love offer. So if it's someone that you know before, like your ex or whatever, it's new now. You guys aren't currently like committing again, or you haven't yet. And then you have the Star. So this is really, like, I love the Star. It's about your wishes fulfilled, but it's also about completely following your own intuition and just following what your guides are telling you, or your angels or your God or whatever you believe that you're listening to. But it's just about whatever you put out there and you want, and it's coming back to you, and it just makes you feel like, yeah, this is it. My wishes are fulfilled. I'm glad I did I'm glad I followed my instinct, kind of thing. So You're wondering if it's gonna be or meant to be, and you know probably it is, definitely, else you wouldn't be asking about it. Okay, and then on the bottom of this deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So that's all about just time. And sometimes that, you maybe you try before and the cycle wasn't there yet. And this is the cycle, the wheel, sorry, keeps turning and turning and it never stops and it just keeps rotating and rotating. And so maybe you guys were like over here before, but now you've come over here to where it's kind of your time, and or you were down here actually where you'd be and you'd had to work your way up, and now it's not a struggle. You don't have to work so hard, and it's just kind of fall in place. Let's see what's on the bottom of the other deck. My cat's ripping up all my papers here. 10 of Cups. So there you go. Happy family life and happy home and just feeling really love and content and having everything you want. And so that's really, really great energy. All right, and then I asked for an angel advice card. And it says, new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So there you go. This is kind of like all your aces you've been having. And what was the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune? Just everything's new. Oh, I know. We had the Knights and stuff. Everything's kind of new. So like I said, even if you've been before, it's a new offer of love, a new stage in your life. So that's awesome. And you're feeling it, and you got the feels for him. Okay. And so now so you wanted to know a timeline, and so I will actually just tell you the timeline real quick. I forgot I did this. I pulled a card for the time, but I just wasn't, if the reading came out, no, you're not going to see each other again kind of thing, then I wasn't going to use the timeline card. But if it is, so I wanted to know how long until you guys get together. And then I kind of figure, well, it's going to be a good reading because the card flew out pretty fast. And so let's see what we have. We have the Two of Wands. So that would either be like how long till you're physically together kind of thing, and till you're like bonded in a relationship would be probably by this summer, either that or 2 days from now. So if you're not already trying to like get together, I mean, it's possible you could be just like within the next couple of days just decide, hey, we're committing to each other. But most likely by this summer, you guys will be in a really good place and feeling really good about things. So there you go. It looks like it's a positive relationship, and it is going to strike back up for you. And if you want it, now all of these are aces, are brand new. That means they're opportunities from the universe. So with the ace, if you choose not to take it, then the universe will bring you something else later on, and you'll look back and say, oh, I guess that wasn't meant to be, but it was more you didn't take the opportunity. So if you want this opportunity, act on it and communicate and let them know how you feel. So there you go.